A local executive is being tagged as the possible culprit behind the shooting that took place during Cal Yodi's visit to contested ancestral land in Bukidnon. The camp of Vice President Leni Robredo urges the public not to dig too deep into their decision to modify their logo so close to the May polls. The PNP has asked the COMELEC to declare over 100 towns and 15 cities as election areas of concern. And in sports, the Ateneo Blue Eagles and the UP Fighting Maroons stay on top of the UAAP rankings after once again extending their win streaks. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Charles Lejano. Beginning today's newscast with the shooting incident that happened in Bukidnon while presidential candidate Yodi de Guzman and his slate were supporting members of the Monobo-Pulangian tribe. Faith Del Mundo has the story.
What was supposed to a simple activity with Lumad farmers in Bukidnon turned tragic. Presidential candidate Cal Yodi de Guzman and senatorial bets Roy Cabonegro and David T. Angelo were in Barangay Butong in Quezon, Bukidnon to amplify the Monobo-Pulangian tribe's land grab complaints when out of nowhere, Cal Yodi and his team were safe, but bullets grazed farmers group organizer Nani Abelia and the leader of the Monobo-Pulangian tribes. 3 others were also hit. All 5 were immediately brought to the hospital and are now in stable condition.
Yung unang putok nila, yun agad ang tumama doon sa katabi ko na si Nani Abelia. Yun ang nagpatumba kaagad sa kanya. Kaya walang warning shot, dire-diretso at maabot na ng 15 minutes na putukan yun. At doon nga, nung malaman namin, hindi lang si Nani, kundi 4 pa na katutubo ang tinamaan ng bala.
Prior to the incident, there was a consultation between the tribe and Cal Yodi's group. The tribe had been complaining about the land grabbing of their 900-hectare ancestral land.
Papeles ng claim, kompleto papeles ng recognition, yung mga katutubo bilang yun ay kanilang lupa. Mayroong order na i-vacate ng mayor yung lugar dahil yun ay para doon sa mga katutubo. Kompleto dokumento pero walang ginagawa yung ating ahensya ng gobyerno at hindi sila nahihiya na sila'y baliwalay ng isang mayor.
According to Vice Presidential candidate Walden Bello, the corporation headed by Quezon Bukidnon Mayor Pablo Lorenzo III is the alleged land grabber.
Mayor Lorenzo is a close ally of President Duterte, and this is why, despite of papers showing that the Manobos Pilikayan tribe own the land and are entitled to it, the mayor has refused to vacate the land and continue to hold on to it.
News 5 tried to reach Mayor Lorenzo but to no avail. Cabo Negro, on the other hand, vented out his anger to the National Commission on Indigenous People, whom they talked to on Monday but did not show up.
Kayo ang National Commission of Indigenous People. Indigenous people po ang nandoon kanina. At wala kayo doon. Ang nandoon ay itong mga tao. At pinagbababarel ang inyong mga constituency. Anong klaseng ahensya ng gobyerno kayo?
Malacanang condemned the incident, urging local authorities to conduct a thorough investigation and prosecute those behind the dastardly act. For News 5, Faith Del Mundo, we are One News.
The Partido Lakas ng Masa claims the military is also liable for the shooting incident during Calyodi's sortie in Bukidnon. Speaking to us yesterday, PLM Chairman Sonny Melencio explained that soldiers were present during the event, but did nothing even after people were shot. That's on top of alleging that it was the goons of Mayor Pablo Lorenzo who fired the shots.
Alam ko nung nangyari dyan, may mga military dyan and they did not do anything. Kahit nakita nila may mga tinamaan na. Meaning, culpable sila dyan. May pananagutan sila dyan. At saka talagang involved. Manager nga yung mayor eh. Alam niya nandun si Calyodi. So was there an order?
Melencio also revealed that they will be filing complaints against the LGU for refusing to take action in the land-grabbing issues of indigenous peoples in Bukidnon.
We will file complaints. Pinag-uusapan namin yan sa LGU. They were totally ignored. They're being oppressed. They're being exploited. At saka parang, ang termino nga ni Calyodi, para silang hayop kung ituring nitong mga land grabber na parang because of impunity, ito yung mga trapo dyan eh. Because of that kind of impunity, talagang gagawin nila yung lahat, including pagpatay. So ito yung problema natin. Ito yung sinasabi namin sa mga tao. There is impunity as long as there is political dynasty and trapos na nagahari. At itong si Lorenzo is the main trapo there.
Presidential candidate Leni Robredo and her running mate Senator Kiko Pangilinan met with Aitas in Zambales and Bataan yesterday. Gerard de la Peña has the report.
The Robredo-Pangilinan tandem made runs in Zambales on Tuesday. Their first order of business, a meeting with the farmers and fisher folk in San Narciso. Meanwhile, VP Robredo's Facebook Live on the way, where she showed the contents of her bag and fangirled over heartthrob Piolo Pascual, was a hit among netizens.
Oh my God, si Piolo Pascual mo. Bigla ako na-conscious. Kay Piolo ko nanonood kasi na-conscious ako. So, thank you very much for the support. Siguro nakarating na sa'yo even before that I am such a huge fan. So yung pag-declare mo ng support it really meant the world. So maraming salamat.
The tandem also held a rally in Olongapo, where they both got the support of former Senator Jun Magsaysay. But for Robredo and Pangilinan, they received an even more important endorsement that day, the endorsement of the Aitas in the area.
Alam niyo po, ayon sa kasaysayan at karanasan naming mga katutubo, kami pong mga katutubo ay biktima ng karahasan, biktima ng kaapihan, biktima ng kawalan ng edukasyon, biktima ng walang karapatan. Kaya po mga kapatid, alam niyo po kung bakit si Madam Leni at Kiko ang gusto namin? Alam niyo po kung bakit? Dahil sila po ang mayroon malawak at may malalim na karanasan sa paglilingkod.
Meanwhile, in Bataan, the pair was once again welcomed by a huge rally crowd. This is Robredo's second visit to the province during the campaign season. Recall that Robredo lost in Bataan in the 2016 elections, so she was pleasantly surprised that around 65,000 supporters showed up for the rally.
Alam nyo po, medyo kabado kami dahil alam natin wala tayong masyadong kakampi na mga local officials. Pero pinatunayan nyo ngayong gabi kung nasaan talaga yung tunay na kapangyarihan. Maraming salamat.
Today, the presidential aspirant will be campaigning around Dumaguete and Siquijor. For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, we are One News.
The camp of presidential candidate and Vice President Leni Robredo says their new logo symbolizes a new chapter in her campaign. Speaking to One News' The Chiefs, spokesperson Barry Gutierrez says the new logo aims to show voters that Robredo is ready to be the country's new president. Replacing the original pink rose is one that bears the colors of the Philippine flag, with the tagline, "Ipanalo natin para sa lahat." The pink team unveiled this just less than 20 days before the May elections.
Well, people will still continue to use pink. Our supporters will continue to use that. But we wanted this to be a signal that we are now entering a different phase of the campaign, where we should already be preparing for the aftermath, after the elections, when all attention and all eyes turn towards leadership and unification.
For the remaining days before the elections, Gutierrez says Robredo will intensify her campaign. And he says the vice president will be holding more provincial trips and grand rallies. And aside from this, more of her supporters will go house to house to woo voters in different communities.
Really, just the idea of mobilizing the People's Campaign to talk to people within their own networks, out sa tao, kwento sa kwento, puso sa puso, sabi nga ni VP Leni. And we feel that that's the formula that has worked in the past few weeks, and we feel that continuing that, making it more focused, more intense in the remaining 20 days since before the election is enough to actually get us past the finish line come May 9.
Some villages in Bukidnon are part of the area of concern for the May polls as tagged by the COMELEC and the Philippine National Police. Across the country, at least 105 towns and 15 cities have been recommended to the poll body to be declared as areas of concern. PNP says they used previous data from the past two elections to determine which areas to flag. According to the PCADG Northern Mindanao, a total of 217 villages have been tagged by COMELEC and the police as areas of concern in Region 10. Of this number, 72 barangays are under red category or critical areas. 121 are in orange category or areas with armed groups that may interrupt the elections. And 24 are in yellow category, which have suspected poll-related incidents in the past two elections. Here's an update on yesterday's UAAP Season 84 men's basketball games. The UP Fighting Maroons extended their winning streak to 8 after beating the FEU Tamaraos in a nail-biter 73-70. Meanwhile, the De La Salle University Green Archers crushed the UST Growling Tigers with an impressive 29-point lead at 112-83. The Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles remained unbeaten still after dominating the winless UE Red Warriors 76-63. And the Adamson University Soaring Falcons flew past the NU Bulldogs in a thrilling match 62-55. This is Adamson's second win in a row after they outlasted FEU by just 1 point last week. And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we monitor the day's biggest stories from sunrise to sundown. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.